Okay, I've got your numbers. There we go. Okay, I'm going to do a really abbreviated version of the presentation, if that's okay. I know you're busy, and we've already talked about most of this stuff, so you understand. Is that okay with you? Okay, great. So we do a lot of. First of all, we do a lot of this. These are like metal halide to fluorescent. This is in warehouses, industrial areas. We also like to put sensors on these. And what a sensor would do is, turn the lights off if nobody's back in this area of the warehouse until the forklift drives in there, and then it turns on. It saves you guys a lot more power. In fact, we wrote one of the programs for the Navy originally on sensors. We did a lot of sensors here in San Diego. We do a lot of T12 to T8 conversion. This is the old fat lamps going to the thinner and more efficient lights, the T8. We also change the ballast to the more efficient electronic ballast from the old ones. Nowadays, this past year, we got approved for a new type of T8. It's a 25 watt, what we call a third generation light. So the older T8s are 32 watts. The new ones are 25 watts, and they produce sometimes even better quality light. So basically better light, and save about 22% on your power. We're going to be doing a lot of those here at this facility. Exit signs, it's one of the areas we like to put in with the LED exit signs. Most of those have been done in San Diego already. In fact, yours are already LED. On the outside, we like to use a technology called induction, and this would be for the pole lights that you have in your parking lot. It's also going to be for the wall packs, the ones that are stuck on the side of your the building, right on the concrete, the tilt up, those, the ones I'm talking about, right? So induction, the reason we like induction basically lasts for 100,000 hours, where most of the technologies we use might last 10,000, 20,000 hours at the outside. For you, this lamp is going to last, in an exterior application, it's going to last 26 years. Okay, that's 12 hours a night, 7 days a week. These ones last that long. City of San Diego, just about 3 weeks ago, just approved that they're going to be using induction for all the streetlights. And they chose induction over LED or any other technology because of the long life. So they know that they're not going to have to go back up on the poles and change them. Even the LEDs only last for about 50, are rated to last 50,000 hours. But these inductions have been around for 20 years, and they really are holding up for 20 years. So that's what we're going to be using in your at your location. That's basically going to save you a lot of maintenance costs, and it's a really good quality of light. The other portion where we use LEDs a lot is in the cooler doors. This is in the stores. I know you actually have a part in your convenience store that has fluorescent currently. We're going to change those over to these LEDs. LEDs work really well in cool environments, and that's why LEDs are a perfect application for those cooler doors that you have. Now, the reasons that you're going to want to do the program, the two main ones, obviously you're going to save money, okay, and save energy cost. But the other one is that you're going to get brighter, safer lighting. There's two things that we use to measure the quality of light, really. One is the color. The bluer lights, typically the human eye can use them better. Okay, that's why you've probably seen these, the new headlights on cars. They're very blue, and some purple ones on the new, the Audis and the Mercedes and things. Those lights, the human eye can use blue better. The light that you have right now, the incandescent, is a lot more yellow, and so we're going to be moving you up to a bluer type of light. The other thing that we use, the other measure that we use, is a thing called CRI. It's Color Rendering Index. It's a scale that we use in the business. It goes from 0 to 100, and 100 is sunlight. Okay, so it's perfect. And color rendering, it basically means that you can see that this is blue, that this is purple, this is blue, everything's blue here, but this is green, and that's because your eye can render the colors here under the light that we have. Again, it goes from 0 to 100. You've seen the really junky outside lights that are almost orange color. Those ones, right? Those are low pressure sodium. Okay, and that's actually what you have in the one section of your parking lot. Okay, low pressure sodium, 5. Okay, on a scale of 0 to 100. That's why, like, if you went out at nighttime and look at the cars under those lights, you can't tell what color they are. They're gray, right? You can't tell whether they're purple or blue or red because the low pressure sodium has such a low CRI. High pressure sodium, 27, so it's getting better. And the metal halides that you have in your warehouse area run from 65 to 70 on CRI. So getting better. Okay, it's better technology. But when we get up into the T8 fluorescent, it goes from 75 to 98 CRI. Okay. One of the nice things, because we're regulated by the Public Utility Commission, we actually have to use lamps. All of our lamps in fluorescent lamps have to be at least 84 CRI or better. Okay, these ones that you have, even the T8s that you have, are an older series. They're 7 series, and that actually means that their CRI is going to be down closer to 75. So that's one of the tricks that we use to get you better quality light with less wattage. Okay. The incandescent, the induction is also has to be rated at 84 CRI or better. So induction is a lot like fluorescent technology, but it has the same very high CRI. So basically what we're going to do throughout your facility, we're going to be raising the CRI so that you're getting a much better quality of light that can be used better, and at the same time dropping the power. Does that make sense? Okay, great. There are some other benefits as well. Faster strike time. The metal halides, as you know, they take about 5 minutes to warm up. These ones are instantaneous. The lower cost bulb and ballast replacement, these technologies are a lot less expensive, even for replacing them, and they're going to be under warranty. 5 years on most of the equipment, 1 year on the lamps. Okay. Replacing the bulbs less often, they last longer, especially the induction. Those ones you probably won't have to change maybe in your lifetime at this facility. Okay. Cooler operation. The equipment, efficient lights are not nearly as hot. Metal halides burn about 1,200 degrees, so your air conditioning is actually fighting against these heaters that are each one of those lights. The fluorescent technologies, you can touch them, as you know, they're just warm. They're not even hot. Better for the environment. Everything that we do means that you're going to have less CO2 coming out of the power plant. Okay, by using less power. Also, EPA Energy Star benchmarking. Are you familiar with Energy Star? Okay, Energy Star. Energy Star for years has rated things like refrigerators and appliances and things to make sure that they're efficient. They're now starting to rate buildings. When we do this program for you, we're actually going to submit all of the information to the website and the processing plant in Washington D.C. for the EPA. If your building scores 75 or better in how well it is using power, you actually will qualify for the Energy Star, and you can actually get a sticker and put it on your building. One of our customers got just that. You've probably seen these trolley tours, right? Next time you see one of these trolleys, look on the back, and they've got the Energy Star sticker on the back, and that's because of the work that we did for them in their parking garage and in their offices. We changed all their lights. We did 3 programs for them and got them their power down enough that they actually qualified for the Energy Star, and that was very important to them. Is that important for you? Is that something that your corporation would want, is like an Energy Star? Okay. I know it's important to a lot of the corporations. We'll get that. We can also do case studies. This is one of our customers, and SDG&E did a case study. We can get those submitted. We can get case studies done by SDG&E or Cool California. There's another organization like Energy Star, and they did all this beautiful work and putting them together. Is that something that would be helpful to you? Great. We can also do that within the scope of what we're doing for you. Those are the basic benefits. This is how we get funded. Okay, there's you've probably seen this before, but this is an SDG&E bill, and if you look on your bill, even your bill at home, you've seen that block of taxes, right? There's one that they hide in the middle called public purpose programs. You can see this is a $200 bill and an $8 charge. It's a little bit over 4%. this money doesn't go to SDG&E. They collect it, but then they actually send this money off to the Public Utility Commission in Sacramento. And the Public Utility Commission collects between $800 million and $1 billion a year, okay, just off this little line. So basically, you guys have already paid for this program. You might as well take advantage of it. Okay? If you don't take advantage of it, somebody else is going to take advantage of it. It's basically a tax that's in the system that they've been collecting for the past close to 20 years. Okay. That makes sense? Okay. The other, we were talking about on-bill financing, how that works. You can see this is a sample bill, and the on-bill financing, in this case, it was a $1,600. It's a $1,600 total bill. It was probably close to $1,600 before we did the work, and then SDG&E put onto the bill a $600 on-bill financing charge again at zero interest. So their bill, dropped some amount, but once the on-bill financing is paid off, then it will drop down, down in this case to $1,000 a month. But you can see it goes right. That payment goes right onto the bill, and it is zero interest. You can pay it off at any time, but so it's really as good as cash in these types of programs. The rest is just a bunch of like examples of who we've done work for. We've done hundreds and hundreds of facilities around San Diego. Is there anything else that I can answer for you? Any questions that you have here? Okay, great. Well, let's get into the numbers then.